sweeping down upon the underworld to smash gangland comes
the friend of the unfortunate, enemy of criminals.
The mysterious, all-powerful character was a problem to the police.
A crusader for law. In reality, Dan Garrett, a rookie patrolman, loved by everyone but suspected by none of being the Blue Beetle. As the Blue Beetle, he hides behind a strange mask and a suit of impenetrable blue chain armor, flexible as silk, but stronger than steel.
Today's episode of the Blue Beetle sends the Blue Beetle swooping down on a group of powerful underworld characters whose racket is dope. Will he be able to ferret them out? Can he hope to cope with this mysterious ring of ruthless men single-handed? Can he discover their leader and bring him to justice? As our story opens, our hero, Dan Garrett, is visiting his friend and secret advisor, Dr. Franz, who operates a little apothecary shop in one of the great city's side streets. He is restlessly pacing the floor in Dr. Franz's living room.
Look, Doc, why does there have to be so much red tape in police work?
Well, Danny, every organization has to have rules and regulations. That makes for efficiency.
Yes, but the criminals and the crooks we're set to catch aren't bound up in rules and regulations. You know, I like police work, but I also crave action.
You seem to get plenty of it as the Blue Beetle. I worry about you, Danny. The terrible risks you take. These crooks and gangsters are vicious, cold-blooded killers. They'd have no mercy on you if they caught you.
I can take care of myself. Besides, that suit of blue chain armor you made me and that mask are a great protection.
I hope they never catch you without it, or ever discover who the Blue Beetle really is. I'm afraid it would mean the end of Patrolman Dan Garrett.
Well, after all, Doc, you're the only one who knows. Even Mannigan is always saying what he'd do if he caught the Blue Beetle.
He's the officer on the beat next to yours, isn't he?
Yes, he was my father's pal.
I see.
He got me on the police force after my father was killed by a gangster's bullet.
And doesn't he suspect at all?
No, he doesn't. He's a good cop, but he's not very heavy above the ears.
What's that newsboy crying?
Something about a movie star committing suicide. Wait, I'll go get a paper.
Read all about it, extra.
Boy. Here you are, boy. Give me one of those extras. Yes, sir. Keep right here.
Read all about it.
Hey, look at this, Doc. Sandra Beaumont, the movie actress, committed suicide last night. The paper says she left a note on a dressing table which said, "Dope has become my master. No longer can I live without it. This is the end. Let my fate be a warning to all." What do you think of that, Doc?
I think it's tragic, Danny.
So do I. I'm going to do something about that dope racket right now.
Well, what are you going to do?
I'm going to ask the commissioner to put me on special assignment to try and uncover the leaders of that dope ring in this city.
You'd better be careful, Dan. They'll stop at nothing.
Well, if I can't uncover them as Patrolman Dan Garrett, I'll get them as the Blue Beetle.
As our next scene opens, Patrolman Dan Garrett, Mike Mannigan, and Charlie Storm, ace reporter of the York City Sun, are standing on the corner watching a hotel suspected of being the dope ring's headquarters.
That's the place, all right. Somebody tipped off my paper. Why don't we go in and raid the place?
What, just the two of us?
Sure.
Don't be silly. We've got no evidence. The commissioner wants evidence. That's our job. To watch everybody that goes in and comes out of that place.
Me? I like action.
So do I. Hey, look.
Where?
That shabbily dressed man there. He just came out of that side entrance and gave a cigarette to that kid standing there.
So what?
Looks like the kid gave him some money for it.
He's a dope peddler. He's selling dope cigarettes, marijuana.
Marijuana? Boy, here's where I make a pinch.
Hey, you there, I want to talk to you. Come on, get me, copper.
Oh, yeah? You gotta travel fast to get away from me, brother.
Go get him, Danny. I'll signal Clancy on the next beat. He'll head him off at the intersection. Look, Danny's diving for him. He's got him. Boy, that was a flying tackle. Sure what? Hey, look, that car there. There's a machine gun. Look out, Danny! I'm going to take a shot with my revolver as they pass. Yeah. Duck down behind those ash cans, Johnny. I'm already shot. Missed him, but got it. Did you get the license number of that car she passed? Yep. CB83725. It's probably a stolen car. Hey, what about Dan and the dope peddler? Those murderers get him? Looks like it. They're both stretched out in the street. You phone for the ambulance while I have a look. Okay. I'll phone my paper at the same time. Boy, what a story. Come on now, come on. Here, break it up. Break it up there. Give him there. Here, let's have a look at him. Huh. Oh, they sure got this guy. He looks like a sieve. Sure, and he'll never sell no more dope cigarettes to kids. He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Look at the blood, will you? Yeah, look at
This guy here looks like he's dead, too.
Danny, it's Mannigan. How are you doing, Danny?
What happened? Where's the dope peddler?
He's dead. You tackled him, and some trigger men in a car machine gunned you both.
Oh, I remember now. I saw the car coming.
Are you bad hurt?
I don't know. I can't feel much. I'm numb all over.
Well, here's the ambulance. You'll get a swell ride to the hospital, Danny, and maybe a citation from the commissioner for bravery in action.
What's the verdict, Doctor? Will Patrolman Dan Garrett live?
Well, it's very doubtful, Commissioner. An operation is necessary to remove the bullet. But he's so weak from loss of blood that I doubt...
That's tough. He's one of my best men. Due for promotion soon.
Message for you, Doctor.
Oh, thank you. Pardon me, Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
Well, this should be interesting to you, Commissioner. Read it.
Yeah, let me see. If my blood is the right type, I would like to volunteer as a blood donor for the brave Officer Garrett. Why, this is signed by my daughter.
Precisely.
She's convalescing here from her accident.
Well, she's almost recovered, Commissioner.
Yes, but, Doctor, is she strong enough?
I think so.
Then by all means, let her do it. I'm fond as well as proud of Dan Garrett. He's a fine boy, like his dad before him. It'll also make my daughter very happy. I have a sneaking suspicion she likes young Garrett.
The commissioner daughter Mary's blood proved to be the right type, and the transfusion was performed. Later, Danny was operated upon and a machine gun bullet removed from his abdomen. For days, he hovered between life and death. Then one night, when all was quiet, a strange man slipped by the nurse and stood beside Dan's bed.
Dan Garrett.
Who is it? Who's calling Dan Garrett?
It is I, Dr. Franz, your friend. I've got something for you.
Hello, Doc.
Now listen, Danny. I want you to take this capsule. It's my secret 2X formula. It will bring you a speedy recovery.
Sure?
I'm positive. My formula will save your life, restore you to health in 24 hours. It will also give you greater vitality, keener eyesight, almost superhuman mentality, and it will give you abnormal strength. You will be a tough hombre when you get out of here.
Well, give it to me. I've got to get out of here. There's important work to be done, and I've got to do it.
The next morning, to the surprise of everyone, Dan Garrett was completely recovered. From Mike Mannigan and Mary Donnelly, the commissioner's daughter, who came to visit him, he learned that the commissioner had ordered extensive raids on all opium dens in the city. At one place, they told him, the police had been blown to bits by dynamite planted by the dope ring before they fled. Dan insisted on being released from the hospital and restored to duty. By mid-afternoon, he's back on his beat, fully recovered to health and strength by Dr. Franz's magic formula. That night, he visits the little apothecary shop of Dr. Franz.
Hello, Doc.
Hello, Danny. Well, my 2X formula worked, didn't it?
It sure did. Hey, have a look at this.
A bullet, huh?
Yeah, that came out of me.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's have a look at it under the microscope. Wait till I close up shop. Pull down the shades, will you, while I lock the door?
All right.
There. Now we'll just give this bullet the once-over under the microscope. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
What is it, Doc? Have you got something?
I think so. This bullet was fired from a show-show.
A show-show? What's that?
Why, that's what the soldiers in the last World War called a certain type of French machine gun, because they couldn't pronounce the real name.
Boy, that ought to be easy to trace. There can't be many of those in this town. Got any ideas?
Well, there's a French novelist by the name of Philip Layden who collects interesting firearms as a hobby. He might know something about this gun.
night went Dan Garrett on the trail of the murder gun. But a changed Dan Garrett. No longer is he in the blue uniform of the city's finest. He wears blue, but it's the blue chain armor of the Blue Beetle.
The Blue Beetle! Drop that gun, Raiden. I've got you covered. It's no use, Raiden. Your bullet can't pierce this chain armor I'm wearing. I'm sorry to be so rough, Raiden, but I wanted that gun of yours. Now pick yourself up. That's better. I see you recognize my little calling card. The sound of my magic ray machine and the little beetle always signifies the presence of the Blue Beetle.
You frightened me, monsieur. I fired from nervousness. I had no desire to injure the Blue Beetle.
I see.
Oui, monsieur. What is it you desire?
I understand you have an interesting collection of firearms.
Oh, I make the hobby of collecting unusual firearms, monsieur.
Do you own a show automatic machine gun?
Oui, monsieur.
You have the only one in the city, I believe.
Oh, perhaps, monsieur. I do not know.
I'd like to see it.
Certainly, monsieur. But this way.
And no funny business.
Monsieur, I am not in the mood for what you call these funny business.
Good.
Now, here you are, monsieur. This is the gun cabinet. The show, she is... Monsieur, she is gone.
Gone?
Oui, monsieur. Always, she is here in display.
Come on, Raiden. Your pretended surprise sounds phony to me.
I
Cut it out,
thought you
Frenchie. Maybe you're on the level, then again, maybe you're not. I'll just dust this door for fingerprints and take a photograph. Now, you stand over there and don't make any false moves. Now, let me see. A little here. Some more here. Several fingerprints. Some of them yours, of course. Bring that floor lamp over here while I photograph these. Now, hold it steady. That's right. Now, that's got it.
Oh, you find something?
Maybe yes and maybe no. Now, you get this straight, Raiden. If you want to finish that novel or whatever you were typing when I came in, just forget you ever saw the Blue Beetle.
Well, I assure you, monsieur, I have no wish
Good.
to be...
If you're on the level, you're safe. If you're not, well, the next time you meet the Blue Beetle, it'll be just too bad.
Whom will the Blue Beetle call upon next? Whose fingerprints were on the doors of the gun case? Is Radon, the French novelist, a member of the dope ring? Let's look in on police headquarters. The time is close to midnight. Manigan is holding down the desk while the sergeant is out for a bite to eat.
Sure, and I wish the sergeant would get back. I'd like me little trundle bed and some shut eye. Oh.
Take it easy, Manigan. You won't get hurt. You always wanted to meet the Blue Beetle. Well, here he is. It's no use to struggle. The Blue Beetle is stronger than you are. I'll just stuff this handkerchief in your mouth and then tie you up. And I'll carry you into the room where you keep the fingerprint files. So, there you are. Now, over my shoulder you go up the daisy. Here we are. Now, just lie there like a good little boy. I want to examine these files. Now, let me see. Type 27B, 28B, 29, 30, 31B. Yes, that looks like it. Fingerprints of Joe Bugs McGotti, and here's his photograph. Yes, Mr. Bugs McGotti, those are your fingerprints, all right. You're the guy that stole that murder gun. Well, Mr. Bugs McGotti, you're going to get nipped by the Blue Beetle and nipped hard.
Reach for the ceiling, Mr. Blue Beetle.
Ah, the beautiful daughter of the police commissioner.
Don't move. I'll shoot if you do.
I have no intention of moving unless it's to step within the aura of such a charming person as yourself, Miss Donnelly.
What are you doing here? And why is you gagged and tied up Officer Manigan there?
I'm here to obtain evidence against the opium gang your father is trying to round up. I tied up Officer Manigan there to prevent his interfering.
Why didn't you enlist his aid? After all, he's working on this case.
The Blue Beetle works alone.
But how do I know you're working for rather than against my father?
Well, if my charming captor will lower that toy revolver which she's holding in an none too steady hand, the Blue Beetle will tell her something to gladden her father's heart.
Very well. But don't try any tricks.
Not a trick, my dear young lady. Now listen. I promise you that before daylight, your father will have the opium gang under lock and key, together with enough evidence to convict them.
How do I know you'll keep your promise?
Let this seal my promise.
Oh.
Good night, my sweet. I'd like to linger after that kiss, but the Blue Beetle has a duty to perform.
Take me with your Blue Beetle. Let me stand by your side when you... He's gone. Maybe to die alone. No, I can't let him. I must help him. I must.
Like a bloodhound on the trail once he gets the scent, the Blue Beetle sped on his mission. And like the bloodhound, he'll never let up till he runs his quarry to earth. But close on his heels goes the commissioner's daughter, determined to have a part in the roundup of the nefarious gang of dope peddlers. Little did she know that close behind, as she hurried down the darkened street, a car was slowly following her.
There she goes. That's the commissioner's girl.
Let's nab her now. Oh, wait till she passes that street light. Now, out you go. Make it snappy and keep it quiet.
Okay, boss.
Excuse me, lady.
What? Who are you?
Grab her. Come on.
Oh, let me go!
I got her. Come on. Okay, here's the car. I'll stick this gag in her mouth. There. Now open the door. We got her, boss.
Right, shove it in. The commissioner will pay a big dough to get his darling daughter back alive.
Where is the Blue Beetle? Will the Blue Beetle be able to rescue the beautiful daughter of the police commissioner? Will he locate the hideout of the dope ring? Will he be able to collect enough evidence to convict them? Through the silent night, down by the waterfront, two powerful cars are speeding along. The first car is full of men, hard-looking men, desperate men, killers all. But who is this lone occupant of the second car? Ah, yes, it is the Blue Beetle.
That looks like the car that passed me the day I was machine gunned. I'll just follow her. It may lead me to the dope peddler's hangout. They suspect me. They've got a machine gun pointing out of the rear. There it goes. I better give them a ruffle with my synchronized machine gun before they shoot away my windshield. I hope the shatterproof glass is good, but I don't know how good. All right, you rats. How do you like this? I must have got that driver. Their car's zigzagging. Oh, now they're speeding up. Well, here we go again. They're slowing down. They're turning into that warehouse. That's my gang, all right. Just the spot I was headed for. Now, Mr. Bugs Muscati, for the final showdown. Closing the iron doors of the warehouse. I'll soon blast them open those special bombs Dr. Franz made for me. All right, you mugs, don't close that door. I'll blow you all to kingdom come.
What's he got in his hand?
That's a bomb. Go on, drill him.
Go ahead, Joe McGotti. Go ahead and shoot. I recognize you. Your bullets can't hurt the Blue Beetle. What did I tell you? Now it's my turn. Here goes your door. And I'm coming right in and mop up. Here I come. You better drop your guns or I'll let you have another bomb.
Yeah. This is, boss.
Put her in front of us. Right as a shield. Okay, wise guy, Blue Beetle. Toss your little bomb and blow the police commissioner's daughter to kingdom come along with us.
They've got Mary Donnelly. Stop bluffing, McGotti. You can't fool me. She's not the commissioner's daughter. She's one of your mob, and she goes with you. I'll give you 3 seconds to drop your guns. 1, 2.
Okay, Blue Beetle. You win.
Now release the commissioner's daughter. And get those hands up.
Double cross on it.
That's more like it. Now, Miss Donnelly, here's some handcuffs. Slip them on those gangsters and bring me their guns.
All right.
That's better. Now, Miss Donnelly, you keep those men covered while I have a look around. That's a nice collection of dope you've got in these cans here. Here comes the law. Wait until the DA gets through with you. There'll be a few less criminals in this world.
Blue Beetle, you saved my life. These men were holding me for ransom. My father will reward you handsomely.
The Blue Beetle seeks no reward, Miss Donnelly. He seeks only justice. Justice for the underdog and safety for the citizens of this great city. Hey, you take this gun and keep those mugs covered. The police will be here any minute. I have no desire to meet them.
But who are you? Please tell me.
I can only tell you this. I'm the man who kissed you twice in one night.
Oh.
My respects to your father, Miss Donnelly. Tell him the Blue Beetle will always be at his service in running down criminals of all kinds.
Away in his fast motor car sped the Blue Beetle, leaving the commissioner's daughter on guard over Bugs McGarty and his band of criminals. But close behind him speeds another car, a police car. Will the Blue Beetle be overtaken and unmasked? Ahead, a stoplight is changing from green to red. Will the Blue Beetle defy the traffic regulations to avoid discovery, or will he obey the rules of safe driving?
Mr. Blue Beetle himself. I've been following you for a mile. I thought I'd catch you at this stoplight. Come on, me bucko. I'll ride the running board back to the police station. And no funny business or I'll blow your brains out.
So it's you again, Officer Manigan. I'd love to take you for a ride.
No, none of that. It's me that's taking you for a ride. I saw you drive out of that warehouse back there, so you were in with those dope peddlers.
That's nice figuring, Officer Manigan.
It'll be Detective Manigan after I turn you in. Now get going, Mr. Blue Beetle.
It's too bad, Manigan, that we have to take such a lonely, winding road along the waterfront.
Listen, Mr. Blue Beetle. The slightest move and you'll be Mr. Dead Beetle.
Oh, yeah? Listen, you're interfering with my work, Patrolman Manigan.
So there you go. Right off the running board into the river. Have a nice swim for yourself until you cool off. Good night, Detective Manigan.
And so the mysterious and thrilling character known as the Blue Beetle, after rounding up a gang of criminals, slips away to let the police take credit for cleaning up the dope racket. The next morning, Patrolman Dan Garrett drops in for a visit with Dr. Franz.
Well, Danny, I see you let the police take all the credit again.
Sure. I can't let my buddies down.
According to newspaper reports, your friend Manigan got tossed into the river by some of the gangsters whom he had captured single-handed.
So that's his story. That ain't the way I heard it.
I'll bet the Blue Beetle had something to do with it.
Well, you'd win your bet. You know, when I met him this morning, he had the sniffles. And he said he caught a cold. So I asked him if he'd been in swimming without his sweater.
And didn't he get wise to the swimming gag?
Yeah, after a minute. He wanted to know how I knew he'd been in the water. I told him I heard it from one of the boys.
Hey, Doc, have you heard the latest news?
Why, no. What is it?
Well, the authorities have got wind of a plot to sabotage that new Army pursuit plane that's being tested tomorrow out of the flying field.
Sabotage? That's my speed. Maybe I can get him the detail to the flying field. So long, Doc. I gotta get over to headquarters.
Though some nation is envious of Uncle Sam's superiority in the manufacture of aircraft, what will happen at the airfield? Will the Blue Beetle be able to uncover this plot in time? Will he be able to run the criminals to earth? Those are all questions which will be answered in the next edition of the Blue Beetle. And now here's the Blue Beetle himself to say a few words.
Folks, the story you've just heard should teach you the value of never giving up. Sometimes things are pretty tough. But don't ever be discouraged. Whether it's a business task or a school chore, the men and women of today and the men and women of tomorrow should stick to their jobs. You will always find a way out. Something will always turn up. Or a friend will lend a helping hand. Like Dr. Franz in my case. So just keep trying.
The Blue Beetle is a Cox feature appearing in Mystery Men Comics magazine. The Blue Beetle is on the air twice a week on this same station. Consult the broadcast schedule in your local newspapers, and don't forget to listen in.
Alright, everyone, this is Jurisdiction. Take your 5-minute break, and then we'll watch the next one, or listen to the next one. Cool. Yay. Woo. Also, this next episode will still be on this recording, so there's no need to close the tab. Woo! Alright, 5 minutes is up. Here we go.
Blue Beetle. Sweeping down upon the underworld to smash gangland comes
The friend of the unfortunate, enemy of criminals. A mysterious, all-powerful character who is a problem to the police. A crusader for law. In reality, Dan Garrett, a rookie patrolman, loved by everyone but suspected by none of being the Blue Beetle.
As the Blue Beetle, he hides behind a strange mask and a suit of impenetrable blue chain armor, flexible as silk, but stronger than steel.
Today's episode of the Blue Beetle is entitled Sabotage and Liquidation. Will the Blue Beetle prove smart enough to checkmate the clever and ruthless band of international saboteurs who are planning to sabotage Uncle Sam's new fighting planes? As our story opens today, Dan Garrett, who is also the mysterious Blue Beetle, is discovered entering the little apothecary shop run by his friend, Dr. Franz. He seems to be in a hurry.
Doc! Doc Franz, are you alone?
Hello, Dan. Why, what's the rush? Yes, I'm alone.
Good. Will you do me a favor and look over my Blue Beetle armor and see if it's okay?
Why, certainly, my boy.
You might give that mysterious ray machine you invented for me the once-over.
Is the Blue Beetle going to do a little nipping again?
Well, I don't know yet. But I'm assigned to the flying field police detail, and you never can tell what'll turn up.
Well, I'll have everything ready for you whenever you get back.
Thanks, Doc. So long.
And have you noticed, Danny, me boy, that the chief gives us the best special assignments?
You're right, Manigan.
You know why?
Maybe he likes the way we wear the uniforms.
No, that ain't it. The commissioner likes you, Danny, and he's given the chief orders to give me and you the good assignments, so you'll have the advantage of my superior wisdom and experience in handling ticklish situations.
Oh, so that's it.
Sure. Like, for instance, this one today, out here at the flying field. They're testing out one of the new fighting planes for the United States Army.
Yes, I know. They say it'll outfly and outfight any flying ship in the world.
Well, now, suppose some of them foreign agents, or maybe the Blue Beetle was to
Sabotage.
Yeah, that's it. Suppose they was to do that, and that plane up there was disabled and crashed. Well, it would be up to us to make an investigation on the spot and keep the crowd back and look for clues and
interrogate Manigan.
Yes, interrogate witnesses and mechanics and people.
And what about it?
Well, I, being more experienced than you, I know how to take charge and...
Well, it looks like you'll have the chance to do your stuff, Manigan. That plane is in trouble.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, look, his motor's tearing loose. His wings are breaking in two. He's trying to do a ball and leap. He'll never make it.
Hey, where are you going, Dan? That plane is going to crash. I want to save that pilot if I can.
Hey, wait, you can't do nothing. He'll be killed instantly. He's going to pancake. Look out. Hey, everybody stand back, stand back. Hey, wait for me, Daddy. You'll be burned to a cinder if that plane catches fire.
I'll have to take that chance. You stay and hold that crowd back, Manigan. This looks like sabotage. You pilots, can you hear me?
Oh,
It's alive, all right. Come on, buddy, put your armor around my neck. I'll lift you out here before we fry. That's the boy. Hold tight. Out you go. Now to get you away from this firing furnace. Here comes the crash, Andy. They'll fix you up. And you'll be okay over here. I'll just lay you here on the ground and go help Manigan to the crowd. As soon as that wreckage cools off, I'll come back and examine it for evidence.
Several hours later, the heroic police officer, Dan Garrett, came back and examined the wreckage of the plane. His investigation brought to light several peculiar facts. That evening, he called upon his friend and confidant, Doc Franz, the chemist, who had a little apothecary shop in one of the city's side streets.
Look at these bolts, Doc. I got them from the wreckage of that new pursuit plane.
They've been tampered with, all right.
So I'm halfway through.
Let's put them under the microscope.
What?
There we are.
What do you find, Doc?
Very interesting. Very interesting.
What is it, Doc?
They've been sawed halfway through with a Mayer hacksaw.
A Mayer hacksaw?
Yes. The invention of a man named Mayer. They're made of a special type of steel and saw teeth set differently from ordinary hacksaws. Therefore, they have a very distinctive mark on everything they cut. Also, the blade of the saw is so thin that it is sometimes difficult to locate the cut they make. They're usually called hack Mayers for short. Only one airplane company in this country uses them so far.
That's so who?
The Darrell Airplane Company.
Then this must be an inside job.
Yes, Danny, yes. It looks like it. They had the contract to make several experimental planes of different types. This pursuit plane was one, and a super bomber, which was to be tested tomorrow, was another.
Okay, Doc, and thank you. I've got to change into my other costume. This is a job for the Blue Beetle.
You take some terrible risks, Danny. I worry about you. I worry about you.
Don't worry about me, Doc. That secret 2X formula you gave me at the hospital certainly put me up.
Oh, that was nothing, Danny boy, nothing.
That impenetrable blue steel chain armor you made for me has saved my life many times.
Yes, but someday something may go wrong and you'll be killed. Why don't you give up this Blue Beetle character and stick to regular police work? You're popular with the commissioner. Someday you might be chief of police.
Doc, I've dedicated my life to helping the underdog and tracking down criminals and bringing them to justice. And no matter how great or how powerful they may be, I've got to do it in my own way. I must work alone. And you're the only one who knows who the Blue Beetle really is.
I value your confidence, my boy. You're doing a grand job.
Thank you, Doc. I better get going. I've got a lot of work ahead of me tonight. How do I look?
Very mysterious and very terrifying. How does the magic ray work?
Swell, listen. How's that?
Hair-raising to a guilty conscience, I've heard.
Yeah, some of that sound and the little blue beetles I drop in front of those I wish to impress. Certainly knocks the ground out from under their feet.
Have you got your flashlight with the Blue Beetle on the lens?
Yes, right here, see?
That shows a powerful beam.
I'll need it tonight.
Whom are you visiting tonight?
I'm visiting the experimental construction department of the Darrell Airplane Company. I want to look over that super bomber. I want to make sure it doesn't crash tomorrow.
Be careful, Danny. Be careful.
Don't worry, Doc. I will. But I think the Blue Beetle will do a little nipping before this night's over.
Beneath the wings of the giant bomber in the experimental construction department of the Darrell Airplane Company, a shadowy, sinister figure moves, guided only by the light of a small pocket flash. Slowly he climbs the scaffolding directly under one of the powerful motors. In each hand he holds a hacksaw. In a holster at his waist protrudes the butt of a .45 Colt revolver. Silently he mounts to his goal.
That pursuit job on the bench today. Tomorrow this bomber will crash. It sure is an easy way to make... The Blue Beetle! Oh, yeah? Well, take that, Mr. Blue Beetle! Got him. The Blue Beetle's not so invulnerable after all. Lucky I was healed or he'd have got me. I better beat it until Captain X-13 somebody's wise to us. Let the other workmen find the Blue Beetle's body here in the morning.
Out into the night ran the treacherous workman, the saboteur who had caused the wreck of one of the newest planes intended for Uncle Sam. In a fast motor car, he speeds away to report to the mysterious X-13 the discovery of their secret. As he reaches his destination, he comes to a stop before an iron gate. A silent figure slips forward and bars his way.
That you, Slug? That's right. This is Butch. Let me through. I gotta see Captain X-13. It's important news.
It better be good news. You know the captain.
He'll get a kick out of the news I got for him.
Yeah?
Yeah. I plugged the Blue Beetle.
The Blue Beetle? Where?
At the ship. He caught me at work and I let him have it.
Gee, that'll make the captain happy. Well, good luck.
Butch, the Blue Beetle.
Drop that gun, Butch. You're better with a hackmayer than you are with a colt.
I just sworn I got you.
You fired at that flashlight, but I wasn't behind it.
Well, you won't get away with it a second time. I'm gonna...
Let that be a lesson to you, Butch. Never lead with your right. There's dynamite in my left. Now I'll just tie you up for safekeeping, and then I go to Captain X-13.
Okay, Mr. Blue Beetle. That's what you get for mixing in things that aren't any of your business. Hey, Butch, are you all right?
Oh, what hit me?
It's Blue Beetle here. I sneaked up and stopped him when he started to tie you up. Come on, give me a lift. We'll carry him into the house and let Captain X-13 decide what to do with him.
So that is the so very famous Blue Beetle you have there, eh?
Yes, sir. He caught me working on the bomber. I threw a couple of 45 slugs at him, but I must have missed. When I got out of the car, he jumped me. He must have been in the back seat all the time. The rat there copped him a beaner when he was starting to tie me up.
He must be liquidated. My seaplane is in the river. Put him aboard. We take him out to headquarters ship at daybreak and execute him. Then we come back here and finish the job.
All right. Bring the dinghy here.
You better let me go. My father will make it hot for you.
Who is this woman?
Jane Darrell, Chief. I caught her snooping outside.
Oh, so you are the daughter of Sidney Darrell of the aircraft factory?
Yes, and you better not harm me. You'll get the whole United States government after you if you don't let me go.
I am not the fool, young lady. But at least you would be suicide for me. I choose not to die until my work is done. You will stay here.
I won't stay here. My yell and scream till everybody...
Take her away. Find and gag her and put her with the other one.
What are you going to do with me?
Take you for the ride in my seaplane out to the headquarters ship. In the morning, you will play the feminine lead opposite his Blue Beetle in a double liquidation.
At daybreak, Captain X-13 and his crew of nefarious saboteurs and conspirators, with their two prisoners bound and gagged, take off down the river in their seaplane and head toward the sea. When the Blue Beetle regained consciousness, he managed to sever his bonds with his magic ray machine. Discovering Darrell's daughter beside him in the dark baggage compartment of the plane, he quickly removed her gag and bonds.
Who are you?
I'm Jane Darrell.
Jane Darrell. What are you doing here?
They caught me investigating their hideout and they're going to liquidate me.
That's what they think.
Who are you?
The Blue Beetle.
The Blue Beetle?
That's right.
Well, then you're to be my leading man.
I don't understand you.
The captain said I was to be the leading lady in a double liquidation.
Oh. Well, there's going to be a liquidation, but you and I won't play the leading parts. At least we won't be the liquidees.
What are you going to do?
The Blue Beetle is going to use his nippers on a certain Captain X-13 and his gang of saboteurs.
I'll help you.
No, you stay here. Maybe some shooting, and I don't want old man Darrell's daughter hurt.
I don't mind shooting, but I'm scared of the dark. Don't leave me here.
You'll do as I say, or I'll have to tie you up again. And I'd hate to do that. I'm going forward now. The Blue Beetle has a little job.
Where's the Captain X-13?
In the control cabin.
There's the headquarters ship, down there now.
I never been on her. They say she's one of the fastest things afloat.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be aboard her in 10 minutes.
And that'll be the end of the Blue Beetle.
And Darrow's daughter. Blue Beetle! Let me get her! Cock him on the beam! Out of the way while I drill him!
You're a man for punishment, Butch. Take that.
Step his leg!
Hit a man's knee with your jaw, slug.
You
That takes care of you two, and as for you, rather, whatever your name is, here's a little jiu-jitsu. Here's a little jiu-jitsu. Here's a little jiu-jitsu. And a little rap on the head with Butch's gun to keep you quiet. What a bunch of sissies. Or else Doc's formula's given me a super wallop.
Mr. Blue Beetle, you will please to drop the gun.
Captain X-13, I presume. Well, go ahead and shoot. Your bullets can't hurt the Blue Beetle.
We shall see. We shall see.
You're satisfied, Captain? Now drop that gun or I'll drill you where you stand. That's more like it. Now get back to those controls and keep this plane in the air.
The automatic pilot is set. It will direct the plane. You and me, we talk business, huh? You are a very brave and clever man. I can make you rich.
Get this straight, you cold-blooded fiend. Nobody can buy the Blue Beetle. Now you get back there
Can
and...
I be of any assistance, Mr. Blue Beetle?
No, Miss Darrow. This is the man's job.
Oh,
On second thought, you can take this gun, keep this mug covered while I tie him to this seat here.
gladly. Do you mind if I pull the trigger just a little bit?
Oh, no, don't do that. I have the wife and 2 children in Valdonia. They have nobody but me. No, you can't take it, Captain. You're afraid of a woman with a gun. I ought to let you pull that trigger just a little bit. But we'll have to save that job for Uncle Sam.
You are a very foolish young man. I could make you
Save
rich.
your breath, Captain. Your career as a saboteur and foreign agent is over.
You got him tied tight enough?
Sure. He's a sailor nuts I learned in the Navy. He won't get out of those. I'll just stick this handkerchief in his mouth to keep him quiet. There.
What about the others?
They'll be out for a long time, but I'll keep my eye on them from time to time.
Look.
Where?
Look down there. That big yacht anchored offshore.
She looks peaceful enough.
Don't forget the double execution planned on board for us.
That's right.
But look, the plane's spiraling down.
The automatic pilot must be directing this plane to that ship. Can you pilot a plane?
Certainly, I've got a pilot's license. My father makes them, and I fly
And
them.
take over the controls. Come on, snap to it before we get too low.
All right. What shall I do?
Zoom her up to 2,000 feet.
Right.
Level her off a bit. Steady now.
How's that?
That's swell.
What are you going to do now?
Put you ashore and turn those spies over to the police, and then come back.
No, you don't. Not without me. I'm in this with you to a finish. My father's honor is at stake.
The Blue Beetle works alone.
Not this time he doesn't.
It's a dangerous business.
So what? I love danger.
You could be helpful.
Oh, come on, tell me. What's your plan?
Well, now let me see. They expected the captain to land her down alongside, but when we zoomed up, they got suspicious.
Look, what's that group of men on the forward deck doing?
Well, it looks like... Yes, they are.
What?
They're uncovering an anti-aircraft. Come on, turn the plane around. We're going ashore. They're probably sending some men ashore. We must prevent that.
How? There's no time to put me ashore now.
That's right. Here's my plan. We'll just have to take a chance. We'll zoom down as if we're going to set her down alongside. That'll quiet their suspicions.
Yes, go on.
Then when we get to level with the deck off to one side, you straighten her out and I'll machine gun the small boat.
But won't some of the others shoot back?
I don't think so. They'll be too surprised.
Well, let's go then.
Hold it steady now.
Okay.
That's it. That's got him.
I'll swing across the bow of the yacht. I've got an idea.
What is it?
I'm going to try to disable it.
Here we go again.
Ah, that did it. I raked the pilot house with machine gun bullets. I'll zoom her up.
It's coming at us.
Yes, that was close. Are you all right?
Sure, are you?
Yes, they can't get me. Zoom her up out of range.
All right. Look, that ship's moving ahead. It's coming for anchor chain.
I wonder why they don't weigh anchor.
It's picking up speed.
Yes, she's dragging their anchor.
They're heading right for those rocks offshore.
Something has gone haywire. She's running full speed ahead right toward those rocks.
Well, shall we stick around?
No, we've got to get word to the Coast Guard. We'll hit it off up the coast and turn those mugs back there in the cabin over to the police.
Look down below.
Why, that ship is out of control, or else they're going to deliberately wreck her.
And some of the men are jumping overboard.
They'll drown sure as Moses in that treacherous water. Push those rocks at full speed. There you go, her boilers.
Maybe they had bombs on board.
That's right.
The ship's sinking.
The water's treacherous there. They'll all be drowned.
So that's what's called mass liquidation.
I'll say it is.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yes, but think of those poor devils who were the test pilots. They fly our experimental planes intended for the Army and for the Navy. It's horrible for them when the work of foreign agents causes them to crash.
What about that new Army bomber that makes its trial flight today?
That's right. I've got to get back and warn the authorities. The Blue Beetle still has work to do. Home, Jane, and don't spare the horsepower. What's the matter?
I don't know. He doesn't want to take gas.
The oil indicator is down.
Look below.
Something is hanging.
Maybe it's a feed pipe.
That's right. Here, put on the parachute. I got one on, too.
Well, what are you going to do?
Take out fire insurance. If this plane catches fire, we're going to bail out.
Well, what about the men back there? Captain X-13 and the bunch.
It'll be just too bad for them. They'll crash and they'll burn with the flame.
Wait, I think I can land her in that little lagoon.
Better let me take over.
Yes, I guess you better.
You sit back and relax. Everything is going to be all right.
Skillfully piloted by the Blue Beetle, the disabled plane comes to rest upon the quiet waters of a little lagoon. Tying up the rest of the gangsters, who were by this time regaining consciousness, and leaving Jane Darrell on guard with his automatic, the Blue Beetle went ashore to phone the authorities and then disappear. An hour later, in the apothecary shop of Dr. Franz, he is relating his experiences.
The shopkeeper where I phoned the police was scared out of his wits when I entered the shop in my Blue Beetle costume.
I should think she would be. But what about the girl? You think she'll be safe on board that seaplane alone with those cutthroats?
Oh, yes. They were securely trussed up, and she was armed. Besides, I saw a Coast Guard cutter entering the lagoon as I disappeared into the rushes.
Evidently, when you shot the captain in the pilot house, as he fell, he jammed some signal for full speed ahead, which the engineers got, and before anyone could do anything, the ship piled up on the rocks.
Well, that may be for me. I left word at headquarters they could reach me here.
Hello? Oh, yes. Yes, he's here. Just a minute. It's for you, Danny.
Thanks, Doc. Hello? Yes? Banker Ridley? The city hospital? An operation? The stock market crashes if he dies? Yes, I've got that. A suspected plot. Yes, I'll be right over. Goodbye. I've been assigned to guard duty over Banker Ridley at the city hospital. Mannigan and I. There's a plot afoot to do away with Ridley while he's on the operating table. Some racketeers want to clean up on the stock market, and his death will make that possible.
Well, go ahead, Danny, go ahead. But be careful, boy.
Don't worry, Doc. As the Blue Beetle, I have a feeling I'm invulnerable. So long, Doc.
What will happen to Dan Garrett, the Blue Beetle, on this new case? Will he be in time to save Ridley's life? Can he prevent the stock market crash? Will he be able to run down the criminals? Those are all questions that will be answered in the next episode of The Blue Beetle. The Blue Beetle is a copyrighted Fox feature appearing in Mystery Men Comics magazine on sale at your newsstand. The Blue Beetle is on the air twice a week on this same station. Consult the broadcast schedule in your local newspapers. And don't forget to listen in.